back on the 1st of November over the 1640. I thought the win was good. He's an improving type by Fast Neck Rock. And although he has the 60 kilos to carry, he'll be given a nice soft run, and he's an improving type, just having his 8th race start today. Number 2, Amalgamation for Marcus Wilson and Sam Collett is resuming here at an easy barrier trial on the Poly on Monday down the Gold Coast. But look, generally, I think we'll want something a little bit longer. First up today over the 1690 is a 2,170 metre winner here back in May. Our favourite is the 3, Russian Mystic. I thought looked good in the yard. Jaden Lloyd takes the ride for Barry Lockwood, a 4-year-old having just its 4th race start. Got the job done in a maiden on the 1st of November over the 1350 when the daylight came, the split opened up, and Rustin Mystic really went to the line very, very strongly. Looks great in the yard. This is just his 4th race start, but he's on the improve, and from barrier 1, just needs a touch of luck probably somewhere around the turn. He'd be hard to beat. 4, Tambourine Man is another horse that I'm giving a chance to. He was a maiden winner here over this journey back in September, and then he went to the Sunshine Coast and ran 4th behind Motion Legend in a benchmark 65. So he's dropping back in grade, and that run at the Sunshine Coast wasn't a bad effort. He's just had a month between runs. That was my only question mark I had. But again, he parades nicely. He gets the services of Blake Spriggs. The horse is trained by Chris Marr, and I can certainly put him in my top 4 numbers. Number 4, Tambourine Man. Number 5, Done Zooming for Josh Sweeney and Michael Carl. A maiden winner here back on the 3rd of November and did a good job coming from 9th at the 600 metres. He steps up very quickly from the 1,200 to almost 1,700 today and is widely drawn. So he'll get back. I just don't normally come into horses when they're stepping up 500 metres. He's only having his 5th race start today. 7, Mighty Judd is one of our speed horses, trained by Sharon Livingston, being ridden by Justin Stanley. Returned from a spell to lead and win his maiden here over 1350 on the 9th of November. The win was good. I thought he went through the line strongly. Second up here over the 1690 is probably the question mark, but he's capable of winning more races, and he may have a nice time in front. 8, West Cork is second up today, trained by Mitch Faulkner. Nathan Evans takes the ride. This is probably our other real speed runner in the race. He resumed at Eagle Farm over 1,400 metres when he over-raced there, and he ran 6 behind Warby. After being second to the turn, he tied. Look, last preparation, he was a second-up winner here. As I said, he will go forward, and he's parading very comfortably, so expect improvement from the 8. Number 9 is Too Late Mate for Ben Thompson and Scott Morrissey, a maiden winner here. This horse, last night he ran 6th at Doomben when beaten 6 lengths after being second to the term. So, look, he should race on the speed. He's got the services of Ben Thompson, giving him some chance. Too Late Mate. As I said, he is a winner here on the track. Let's go down to horse number 13, Apache Flash for Troy Pascoe and Nozi Tomozawa. The winkers go on for the first time. This horse ran 3rd at Chinchilla at his most recent start, and he wasn't meeting too far at Gatton previously. Again, can probably race handy to the speed from barrier 2. This is certainly harder, but I'm giving him a rough place chance. Number 15, Duchess Bree. Carl Zachner rides for Shari Murdoch. This 7-year-old mare having her 44th race start. She finally won her maiden 2 runs back at Toowoomba, and then she made up ground there last start. So she's probably racing as good as ever. It's just the company that she's meeting again a little bit tougher for her, but she's in good form. 16, Crystallization. Ricky Jamison rides for Jeff Dunn. This 7-year-old mare, she was a winner 2 runs back, and then last start at Gatton she went to the front and boxed on really well to run 3rd. Another horse that's drawn softly and will race on the speed, coming up in class, but does have fitness on its side. And then we look at number 17, Just a Statement, which is trained by Vishan Venkaya, and Girish Gurmani takes the ride. Just a Statement, just the 1 win from 37 starts with a number of placings. He ran 4th at Gatton in his most recent outing. Look, he's a back marker. He'll need a lot of luck to get into the race. So, and Compass is steady around the 650 mark. I'm with the 3. I'm marking it as my late mail, Russian Mystic. Interesting to see where he lobs in the run. At his last win, he was off the speed and needed a touch of luck. But from barrier 1, I don't think Jaden will be getting this fellow too far back in the ruck. Although there is a bit of speed outside him and in close to him. So I reckon around 5th or 6th, if you can see daylight from the 400, he'll be very hard to hold out. So 3 on top over number 1, Encompass, who was good winning his maiden. Then number 4, Tambourine Man, can certainly run a good race at odds. And number 7, Mighty Judd, will go forward. So it's 3-1-4-7 for me in race number 7. Just under 2 minutes away from the start time here. Let's have a look at the fluctuations again. So Encompass is $5.50 out to $6.50. Amalgamation steady around the $17 all the way through. Russian Mystic was $2.60 to $2.45, is now out to $2.80. Tambourine Man, $9.50 out to $10. Done zooming 26 into 21. Mighty Judd, $5.50 out to $6, back into $5.50. West Cork, probably the best backed runner outside the favourite, 11's into $7.50. Too Late Mate, 7 into $6.50. Just having a look here, he was $7.50 this morning, so there's obviously support for him. Apache Flash, 100 to 1 into 91. Duchess Bree, 21 into 17. Crystallisation at $91. And Just a Statement's been 150 to 1 into $81. So there's a few roughies here that have been specced at very, very big odds. $2.90 now for Russian Mystic. Certainly getting a little bit soft in the last couple of minutes. $2.90 for Russian Mystic, out from $2.60. And that money continues to come for West Cork, now $7.50. We've got $6 Mighty Judd, $6.50 Too Late Mate, $8 for Encompass. But it does look a fairly open race. Tambourine Man is now out to $11. So all eyes on barrier 1 here. That's where the favourite, Russian Mystic, is drawn. In the green and black silks, Jaden Lloyd takes the ride, having just his 4th start, trained by Barry Lockwood. He certainly looks very, very hard to beat. As the loading process is about to commence, Sam Collett takes amalgamation into line. So let's go upstairs to Jared Wassell now for the call of race 7 from Ipswich. Thank you.
You're alive in the quaddie through leg 1 with a little bit of value there as well. Now West Cork is about to complete the line and the field will be set for race 7. Russian Mystic runs the favourite from the inside barrier. Field of 12 set at the 16.90. Right to go. Should catch them. There's the light. Racing now. Russian Mystic left on terms. There's speed from Mighty Judd and also Tambourine Man revving up in the middle to go forward. West Cork from the outside gates pushing up as well. Not too far away then as they find their positions. Was done zooming behind them. Next the inside Russian Mystic holds his spot about 5th from Crystallisation. Then Apache Flash. Further back to Too Late Mate, who slots in just a little worse than midfield. A length and a half to Duchess Bree from Amalgamation. Encompass second last on the inside of Just a Statement, just on 10 lengths off the speed. So West Cork goes fiercely in the middle stage, short of 1,100 left to run. Leads out by 2 lengths to Mighty Judd in second. 3 away third, done zooming. 2.5 further back to Tambourine Man. Russian Mystic 5th, but gives the lead of 5. They were followed by Crystallisation, then Too Late Mate, who's a little wider around Apache Flash, the rail. 2 further back, Duchess Bree from Amalgamation already being felt for. Encompass second last, plenty to do. And Jester Statement is last of all. Down the side, 6.50 left to run. West Cork the leader, clear by a half length to Mighty Judd. Too late, mate. Stuck wide and going forward. They were followed by Tambourine Man winding up from Dun Zooming. Russian Mystic held together over near the fence, about to get into the clear. And then Crystallization, Willback, Duchess Bree and Compass. And then Apache Flash, Amalgamation and Jester Statement. Around the turn, West Cork being joined now by Too Late Mate the outside. Then came Mighty Judd. Russian Mystic just one batting behind them. Tambourine Man down the outside, and then Duchess Bree. Oh, they're all tired here. West Cork's coming back the inside with Tambourine Man and also Duchess Bree late. Still West Cork fighting them off, and West Cork is going to win it by 3/4. Beat Tambourine Man. Not sure third. Russian Mystic just couldn't pick up from Duchess Bree, and then came Too Late Mate from back in behind the Mighty Judd, not beaten all that far. Then Crystallization Done Zooming in Compass, and then came Apache Flash, Jester Statement towards the end of the field with Amalgamation.
I didn't get thrown off there. No, but did they get thrown off?
Mitch, yep.
I'm trapping, that's all.
Oh, right, okay, yep.
Yeah, no.
Okay. We've got Mitch Faulkner here, mate, so...
Couldn't quite pick up the favourite.
Right.
Very versatile galloper. He's won over 1350 and over 1700 metres as well. Horse number 2 is Geronimo's for Mark Curry and Robbie Dolan. Another horse that probably would be better suited to something a little bit longer than the 1350. He hasn't raced since June, and his first up record is 5 goes for just 2 placings. So again, he might need the run. We'll just keep an eye on the fluctuations. He's been $19 out to $20 for Geronimo. Again, a little bit longer, maybe second or third up might be his go. Let's go down to number 7, Jack the Great. And this 7-year-old mare was really good last start. She's only won the 4 from 33. She's trained by Eric Hayes, and Michael Hillier takes the ride, but she ran on very strongly when second behind Slay Queen here. That was over 1350 on the 9th of November. She does race very well fresh, and she's second up here off a short break. So on that run, you got to give her a chance for sure, Jack the Great. Number 9, Star Seeker, is prepared by Kevin Devine. Jai Williams is going to take off 2. This mare's won 4 from 20, and she came off a spell first up in the race that Slay Queen won here, and she was beaten just under 6.5 lengths. Was well back on the field, and I thought didn't do a great deal, but she is a winner second up, and this is the sort of race that she may improve in. Barrier draw outside of the 9 is not ideal for Star Seeker. Number 10, Deelosh, is one of our big chances, I think, and here's this mare right in front of me, and you certainly can't fault her. She looks well. She's third up here today, and after a good second first up at Gatton, she went to Kilcoy for a pretty easy win, I thought. This is a touch harder, but she's got barrier 1. She'll sit just off the speed, and she's got a nice little dash about her, so hard to beat Deelosh. 11 is Indented Head for Ben Aarons and Rein Wiggins, a 5-year-old mare. She's won 2 from 20 at her very first Queensland start on the 11th of November at Doomben. She was beaten just under 7.5 lengths. The run wasn't all that flattering, but I'm looking for improvement to come from Indented Head this afternoon. And again, betting-wise, has been kept nice and safe around $11, so an eye on the 11. 13, Park Avenue, has been a shade disappointing of late. She's trained by Steve O'Day and Matt Hoysted. Justin Huxtable takes the ride. She was only 9th at Eagle Farm behind Warby at her most recent start. She was beaten 8 lengths. I thought she was a bit disappointing. She was 5th at the top of the straight. But there was some money for her on that occasion. She's drawn fairly softly here today, so this is a sort of race that she can improve in, Park Avenue. 14, Spicy Legends, our favourite, trained by Peter Robl at the Gold Coast. Jay Guthman Chester takes the ride. This 3-year-old's 8 starts for 1 win and 3 placings. He's a polytrack winner back in September. His last start at Eagle Farm in town, he found Weigel Tiger far too good for him over the 1,400 metres, but he still boxed on and ran second. I think he's a definite leader here. I can't see a lot of speed in the race. He might take plenty Catching Spicy Legend. Then down to number 17, Sir Piccolo, who's trained by Ken Jones. Dan McGilvray takes the ride. He takes 2 off. This customer, he's a 7-year-old now. He's an honest sort of galloper, but his best form has been on the country tracks. He ran second at Cumbria back on Melbourne Cup Day. He's only had the 5 wins from 47 starts. So, look, a win would surprise, but he'll run a handy race from a nice soft barrier draw. I can't see a lot of speed in the race. He might take plenty Catching Spicy Legend. Then down to number 17, Sir Piccolo, who's trained by Ken Jones. Dan McGilvray takes the ride. He takes 2 off. This customer, he's a 7-year-old now. He's an honest sort of galloper, but his best form has been on the country tracks. He ran second at Cumbria back on Melbourne Cup Day. He's only had the 5 wins from 47 starts. So, look, a win would surprise, but he'll run a handy race from a nice soft barrier draw. Okay, 9 runners, and they're behind the barrier for race number 8 at Ipswich this afternoon. And that's my on-top selection there on camera screen, number 10, Deelosh, for Michael Rod and Chris Anderson. She steps up in grade this afternoon after a fairly comfortable win at Kilcoy, but I can just see her getting a lovely run just off the speed today. And around the $3.40 mark, I think she'll be very, very hard to beat. Best back runner is the favourite, and our leader, Spicy Legend. He's into $2.30 now, and sort of on form, he'll be very, very hard to beat. That last start effort in town when he led over 1,400. Good form lines for this type of race. Third, I'm going to put in number 7. That's Jack the Great. Found the line very well last start. We'll get back in the field. And then number 13, Park Avenue, who has been disappointing. But this race is certainly devoid of depth, and at his top would be a chance for sure, Park Avenue. So 10 on top for me here over 14, 7 and 13. As I said, 9 runners, and they'll be loading up very shortly. We're just on 60 seconds away from start time. There's Deelosh, who's moving in now for Michael Rod, coming up with barrier 1. Betting-wise, Surin Beach has been 13 out to 18 into 16. Geronimo's, no money there, 19 out to 26. Jack the Great's been easy, 750 out to 10. Star Seeker, just a little nibble, 21 into 19. Deelosh was 320 out to 350, back into 330. Indented Head, 11 out to 15. Paris Avenue, 6 out to 7, back into 650. Spicy Legend, 260, was quickly into 225, but is back out to 240 now with the bit of money coming in for Deelosh, and $51 for Sir Piccolo. 14, Spicy Legend on top here, runs our favourite at $2.35 over number 10, Deelosh, at $3.20, $6.50 for Park Avenue, $9.50 for Jack the Great. I'm going 10, 14, 7 and 13. They're lining up pretty well. We're almost on start time. Here's Jared Wessel for the call of race 8.
Thanks, Andrew. So again, strong support around for both these favourites. 14, Spicy Legend, second at Eagle Farm last start behind Weagle Tiger. 260 down to 225, back to 235 about the favourite. And Deelosh, drawn barrier 1. Very, very solid as well. Now, Star Seeker's about to come forward. Looks to be the final runner to move in. 1350 the journey for race 8. Third leg of the quarter. And the favourite is Spicy Legend. Ready to jump. Starter picks up the button and they're racing now. Well, a couple slow. So Piccolo, Surin Beach and Geronimos came out towards the end. Spicy Legend has good early speed. Favourite takes control very early. Leads out by a half length to Star Seeker getting to second. Deelosh third. The inside of Paris Avenue fourth. About 2 lengths Indented Head. 3 further back to Surin Beach and then Jack the Great, Sir Piccolo. And 3 off last of all. Geronimos gives the speed 10. But it's Spicy Legend towards the 900 leading out by 3/4 of a length and takes a settler. Star Seeker is racing in second. 1 length then to Deelosh third, the paid, followed by Paris Avenue fourth, 1 off the fence. A couple of lengths in Indented Head, who's on the inside of Surin Beach. 2 lengths then to Jack the Great from Sir Piccolo and 3 off last Geronimos. By the 600 and it's Spicy Legend. The favourite makes every post a winner. Clear by 3/4 to Star Seeker in second. Paris Avenue peels 3 wide now to make her run, and then came Deelosh, just given a slap down the shoulder behind them. Next Indented Head from Surin Beach, Jack the Great, then Sir Piccolo, and Geronimo spins in last. Short of 300 left to run. Spicy Legend goes for home, a length clear. Deelosh into the clear to give chase, then Star Seeker, Paris Avenue, and from further back Indented Head with Jack the Great, but it's still Spicy Legend with 50 metres left to run, holding them at bay, and Spicy Legend, the favourite, goes all the way. 1 by a length on the line, beat Deelosh, Star Seeker third, then Indented Head from Geronimos getting home from the back next, Surin Beach from Paris Avenue, and then came Sir Piccolo and Jack the Great finished at the rear. Spicy Legend, the favourite scores, number 14, Spicy Legend for Jan Gutman Chester. Defeats home 10, Deelosh. So the favourites, they go 1, 2. Deelosh for Michael Rod and Chris Anderson. 9 is third, and that's Star Seeker for Jai Williams and Kevin Devine. 1:21.42 is the time. 1:21.42. So it'll be 14, 10 and 9. 14, 10 and 9 are the numbers on race number 8. 11 officially fourth, Indented Head. Interim placings 14, 10, 9, 11. 14, 10, 9, 11 interim numbers on race number 8. 121.42 is the race time. 121.42. Interim placings 14, 10, 9 and 11. We go to the last now.
Okay, joined by winning trainer Peter Robl, who I think will be pretty happy to get that win under his belt, because this horse, he's promised a lot. I know he's only lightly raced, but he just hasn't delivered at times.
Yeah, no, look, he's promised a lot in spurts and spats. He's still quite immature. He's a colt. He certainly loses focus at times when he shouldn't. And but look, his last probably 4 runs, he's just starting to put everything together now, and he's heading in the right direction.
He must have been fairly confident coming into today's race, because he looked the leader, and he's coming off a good run over 1400 last start.
Yeah, it was a terrific run the other day. Sam Collett rode him perfectly the other day, and he ran well. And I said to Jag, on paper it looks quite a simple race where he jumps, leads. There's not much tempo on the race. I said, you know, give him nice, easy sectionals, but don't go too slow on him. Make them chase you. And look, he rode him perfectly, and the horse kept finding all the way to line. So I think he'll eventually run a mile, which is where we'll probably head at his next run. He's got that good tactical speed, which helps him, and he switches off mid-race. So he's going the right way.
Tough racing for horses that are in lower classes over the next couple of months, but so much good racing in Queensland at the moment. So you just got to pick off those races as they come along, I would think.
Yeah, look, and he's doing a good job, because he's racing older horses. He's only a 3-year-old, and as you say, now the races start to kick up a bit. We'll just pick the right race for him. If it's not the right race, we won't go. We'll be patient with him in that sense, and hopefully, you know, he can win one in town probably on a Wednesday, and that'll probably do him for this prep. But it's great to get a winner for Mr. Ho. He's been a supporter of mine for probably a couple of years now, and it's terrific to get the results for him.
Well done, Peter. You presented the horse beautifully today, and he deserved the win. Well done.
Thank you.
There it is, Peter Robl, winning trainer with Spicy Legend, and congratulations to Jay Guthman-Chester, who rated the horse beautifully in front. The race panned out as we thought it would. We had him leading. We had Deelosh on his back. Deelosh was given a great ride by Michael Rod, but just wasn't quite up to the dash home. He got pretty easy sectionals in the middle stages there, Mr. Guthman-Chester, and rode the favourite like a good thing, and he delivers. So the numbers here are 14, 10, 9 and 11. Star Seeker up on the speed, boxed on much better today. We thought may improve and has done so. 11 Indented Head was on the fence and held on to get fourth. So the race result shows the way the race was run, with the lack of tempo in the middle stages, affording those horses up near the speed, the kick they required to be in the finish. 14, 10, 9 and 11, the result of race 8 at Ipswich. John, we've got one more to go. The last of a long day. Race 9 comes our way at 6:30 in New South Wales and 5:30 in Queensland.